Hello everyone. Very good evening to all the customers in India. As you might see me, that I'm basically doing fit and fine, and I really hope to all of you are doing the same way, keeping yourself healthy and wealthy in this difficult times. I know it's difficult, but I know you manage you manage to know the ways. That's what I believe. Thank you very much for joining this event, first of all. And today we are going to do basically covering up the overview for our Xcode series LED family, Xcode 300 and 400s. So we'll just, me along with Dylan, my talent colleague, is going to present, or I would say is going to demonstrate that how uh, basically the fruitful these products are in the small and mid events. So let's start with this overview. So I would like to start with Claypaky as an introduction. What is Claypaky? Many of you might have know that what we are, but just to give you the insight that Claypaky is expert in rock and roll market, and we are really innovator for many trend-setting product, be it Sharpie, be it Steelos, the latest one, and uh, BI series, K25, K15, and many more. We are throughout the world known as the premium brand for professional lighting. We have changed the way of the spectacular shows, and we've been continue to be as the regards as the extraordinary performances, and we have won more than 50 lighting international shows and in the various and different exhibitions around the globe. From January 2020 onwards, Claypaky in India has decided to partner with high-tech audio systems as their exclusive distributors for Claypaky products. And recently, as we have discussed in our last webinar, we have developed Steelos as one of our the premium product using the laser technology, which nobody is having. Only Claypaky has been able to produce that. So I would really like to say that we've been really premium in the market and really innovative. So as the slide continues, Claypaky being the innovator and leader in the rock and roll market. So you can see from 1978 we have been developing and innovating new product, the Golden Scan, the Alpha series, Sharpie in 2010. Then we have K20, K10 and K20. 2 years back, we launched Axcor, our LED series, Axcor series, basically right starting from right at 110 watt to 880 watt, and we are making much more in that. Then we launched Claudio. This was our first step toward digitalization by any professional lighting company into the this kind of a tool. Then we have the tiniest fixture in Claypaky Mini B, reflection. It's not a normal mirror, it's a magical mirror with 99% of the reflective surface. And then we have our stylus. So today we are going to talk about our LED series Xcor, Xcor 300 and Xcor 400. So here's the 300 series. These fixtures are really small, showcasing the big personality and leaving the mass appeal in terms of their features and in the mid-size and small size events. So Xcode 300 series, we have in Xcode 300 series, we have Xcode Spot 300, then we have Xcode Wash 300, and then finally we have Xcode Beam 300. So let's start one by one. We'll see what Xcode Spot 300 is offering to the customers. So Xcode Spot 300 is LED source, LED engine of 180 watt, 7000 kelvins. It's having linear zoom of 8 degrees to 40 degrees. It's motorized focus lens, so it's a linear zoom. They don't have the typical conventional optical system, but a very linear and focus zoom system. Here is one of the application image in one rebel gymming, basically gym thing in UK, that they have converted into a gymming with kind of a rock and roll style. So they have converted this using our Axcor 300 family has been installed over there. It is having CMY system, 17 gobos on two wheels, rotating four-facet prisms, mechanical iris, frost filter, and this is the image which has been taken at in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam uh, during the lighting the stars. One of the major conferences in our lighting industry in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, and Axcor 300 series products had been used over there. It is having 16-bit electronic dimmer with 4 curves, electronic strobe at 24 frames per second, which is extremely fast, and then it is really compact and lightweight, which is only about 20 kgs in weight. The application areas are touring, events, TV, theaters, and install lighting markets, which is about mid and small size events basically. This is the image taken in LDI in 2018 when we launched Axcor series in Vegas. And basically in LED, in LED technology, we have 60% of the heat and 40% of the light. So in order to manage the heat perfectly, we use aluminum heat sink everywhere where it is required, and steel structure to make it really robust with high quality plastic covers. Cooling system monitoring in case it is being highly heated or in the conditions where the heat is generating more, then it will give you an alarm. It is IP20 product. Protocols are RDM and web server. Dylan, you want to add here somewhere to our customer?
Something really quickly that just the reason why we designed the Axcor line. We designed the Axcor line to replace the old Alpha series, and in terms of output, let me say, you can compare it with the old Alpha 300 or the Alpha 575 that we are talking about in terms of lumen output of 11,000 lumens. That is the output outside the lenses, and this is the real let me say power, the real output of this fixture.
Okay, thank you, Dylan, for enlightening us with this information. Uh, then we go forward with Axcor Wash 300. Let's see what this product is offering us. So this is again 180 watt LED engine based 7000 Kelvin color temperature source. It's having front diameter of 140 mm PC. It is again linear zoom from 5.5 degrees to 42 degrees. CMY system is there on the wheels. One color wheel with 9 colors, including one stereo filter, which will definitely give you the more give you the more advantage of using these fixtures. Rotating ovalizer beam is this is one of the small or mid-size events in I would say basically Claypaky has given the 300 fixtures, which is lighting up at Cerebro nightclub in Argentina. We have 16-bit electronic dimmer with 4 curves, electronic strobe at 24 frames per second, which is quite fast, extremely compact and lightweight. This whole series is like that only, which is really compact and lightweight to for the touring purpose and all. This weighs up only 20 kgs. Application areas, again, the same as we have seen the Axcor spot in the last slides. And here's the another image from the Cerebro nightclub in Argentina that we have installed over there, the Axcor 300 family. It is again aluminum and steel structures are there with plastic covers. And we have here the forced ventilation with axial fan to keep really maintain the temperature inside the fixture really cool. Then this is automatic break-in power supply in case of overheating. If anything goes wrong with the fixture or it's getting overheated, then the power supply will cut off these basically the output of the LED. This is again IP20 product and protocols are RDM and web server. Dylan, would you like to give us some insight about the Wash 300?
Nothing in particular.
Okay, then we go ahead with this is another image at the Cerebro nightclub in Argentina, and then we go back go again to Beam 300. We'll see what this picture is offering us in terms of the features. The source is really compact and small and powerful 110 watt white LED engine, which is 7600 Kelvin in particular. It's having a huge diameter front lens of 140 mm. Beam aperture again is 2 degrees, which will give you a really sharp beam. Motorized focus lens, one wheel with 14 colors, one gobo wheel with 17 gobos, and 8 rotating facet prism. This is the installation that we have done in Russia. Yep, in Russia we have done this installation along with Beam 300 and Spot 300, as you can see over the top. In one of the theaters in Russia, we have done this installation, and then we have the electronic strobe really fast, which is the same as in this complete family, and which it is extremely lightweight, which is 17 kgs in terms is less in as compared to his other brothers Axcor Spot and Axcor Wash 300. They have 2 DMX mode, which is like we have in the conventional Sharpie mode. That is the same thing. Then it's the again one of the events in FedEx. We have installed the Beam 300s over there. This is again with aluminum steel structures with plastic covers, cooling system monitoring, electronic monitoring with status error, with DMX level monitoring on all channels, and the minimum distance of illuminated object is 3 meters. Protocols are IDM and web server. So this is about the Axcor Beam 300.
Yeah.
Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. We designed the Beam 300 to replace the famous Sharpie. What is the difference? You have the same gobos, same prism, same optical system, same everything. We create this to have an LED Sharpie, and thanks to the Sharpie mode, if you have already programmed something, a show with the Sharpie, you have just to replace it with the Beam 300, because you can use the same parameter, same device, the same everything, because you have the same number of channels. That is really cool, especially for small concert, inside concert, and convention, because the beam, differently to the Sharpie, it's cold because it's an LED, and also the beam is completely different. In the Sharpie, you can see a strong hotspot in the middle of the beam, and the Axcor Beam 300 is completely flat. This is really an advantage when you want to use it in indoor event.
Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and see this video of complete Axcor 300 family.
From the beginning.
So that was the video of Axcor 300 family being spot and wash. You must have seen that how dynamic these fixtures are. Being the small, lightweight, and compact, they can do really much more. Now let's go to the Axcor 400 series. In this series, we have profile and spot two product category that we can offer you here. So let's see one by one. Here is the Axcor Profile 400 and Axcor Spot 400. So in Axcor Profile 400, we have two versions, Axcor Profile 400 and Axcor Profile 400 HC. Let's get to know what's the difference in that and what this product has to offer to each one of you. The source of this product is 300-watt white LED module. The Axcor Profile 400 has CRI of at least 70 with a CCT of 6500K, and whereas the Axcor Profile 400 HC offers 90 CRI with 5600 color temperature. So this is basically the difference between the two fixtures. One is having the high CRI value and this is having a comparatively low CRI value. This is having the front lens diameter of about 120 mm front lens, and the linear zoom is having a range from 5 degrees to 43 degrees. It is having CMY and linear CTO, one color wheel with 6 colors, and one rotating gobo wheel with 7 gobos. It makes it really dynamic, and you can definitely perform. You can do much more with this fixture. It is having rotating 4-facet prism, animation wheel, motorized framing system with 4 focal planes. As this is profile, so all the basically framing system is motorized. The framing system indexable over 90 degrees, mechanical iris is there, variable frost filter, and these are the happy faces of the customer who uses them in Dutch Theatre Complex, the Axcor Spot 400s and Profile 400s. 16-bit electronic dimmer with 4 curves is there in this. 3 different fan ventilation mode, standard, auto, and silent. So based on your requirement, you can adjust the ventilation mode of this fixture. If you using it in theaters or where the low noise is required, then you can put it up in the silent mode. Otherwise, the other 2 modes are also present over here. And it weighs only about 27 kgs. Jian, you want to give some your expert feedback on this?
Yeah. Just to give you much more information, you can compare the 400 series with the old Alpha 700. That means that we are talking about, in terms of lumen output, 16,000 lumen for the standard version and 12,000 lumen for the HE version. HE means ICRI. That is the dedicated engine, especially for theater convention application that respect a much more higher level of quality of the light.
Perfect. And with the framing system, I'm sure we can do much more with this fixture. Now let's go to the Axcor Spot 400 and Axcor Spot 400 high CRI fixture. So this is again Sources 300 watt white LED module. The 2 versions available with high CRI of 90 and low CRI of 70, which is offering 16,000 lumens and 12,000 lumens with the CCT of 6500 Kelvin and 5600 Kelvin respectively. The front lens diameter is 125 mm. Linear zoom of 5 degrees to 55.5 degrees, which is giving the approximately ratio of 1:10 degree linear zoom, which is quite nice. CMY and linear CTO, one color wheel with 6 colors, and we have 14 HD rotating gobos on 2 wheels, which makes this fixture quite dynamic. And rotating 4-facet prism is there, animation wheel, mechanical iris, linear frost filter. And this is again from the captures from the Dutch Theatre Complex, the Axcor Spot 400. 16-bit electronic dimmer with 4 curves. It is also having the 3 different fan ventilation mode, standard, auto, and silent. And it only weighs about 26 kgs. Dylan, any comment from your side?
Or maybe after, when they have question about the 400.
Okay. Then let's proceed with the self demonstrating video for these 2 products. So let's see.
Hello everyone. I've always heard stories about small, powerful, versatile, and above all, brave light. It's a memorable feat which always won through. Its name is still written on thousands of flight cases throughout the world, and everyone knows it as the Alpha Spot HPE 700. At light and its exploits have always been a source of inspiration for me, and they designed me for the same uses and applications. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. I am the Axcor Spot 400. I am a new LED light by Claypaky and the latest addition to the Axcor family. My world consists of medium-sized events and installations that have all the same features as the most powerful Axcor units. The only difference is I am smaller. Actually, we are much smaller. Let's start from our heart. The source of our light is a 300-watt LED chip. Our high-output version delivers 16,000 lumens at 6,500 Kelvin. Alternatively, however, you can also choose us with a high CRI source, which delivers 12,000 lumens at a color temperature of 5,600 Kelvin. The ideal solution for your key light. Whatever your choice, the Axcor 400 guarantees all the benefits of an LED source. Low power consumption, excellent light quality, and consistent performance over time. They taught us not to waste anything, not even one lumen. We're able to collect the whole luminous flux and spread it out inside our totally flat field beam. It's true, we are small in stature, but we can embrace you all with our wide zoom. Our optical system allows us to work with a beam angle of between 5 and 55 degrees. You can use us to fill your scenes, even when we're only a few yards away. Want to know about our colors? Right, guys, let's show off our colors. With our CMY system, plus an extra wheel with 6 more colors, there is no color we can't produce. From saturated colors to softer shades. An infinite choice of hues and shades, which can change depending on the color rendering of the LED chip you choose. We also have a special CTO filter, which allows us to warm the scene up gradually to 3,000 Kelvin. Would you like to give a special shape to our beam, or split it into small pieces? Great. That's what we like doing most. Did you guys hear that? Show off our effects. Our 2 wheels with a total of 14 gobos, all rotating, allow us to project sharp images and mid-air effects. There is even room inside for an animation disc and a 4-sided prism. Try us out, and you'll see how easy it is to spice up your shows with a countless number of dynamic effects. For example, this is what you can do with our 4-face rotating prism. Do you like thin beams? No problem. We can make our light beam as thin as we please with our iris. What's more, we have preset macros too, which let you add lots of spectacular touches to your shows effortlessly. Do you like soft beams? Here they are. Our frost filter makes each projection softer with a linear gradualness you can set at will. Of course, we have a dimmer too, with different curves to choose from. It lets you dose our light accurately without any variations in our color or spectrum. And why not? The evergreen strobe effect. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're a very lively bunch. But I have to confess something. We also exist in another version. Please pay attention now. Silence, please. They told us to speak softly, not to make a noise. They also told us we would work in a theater, but in silence, so as not to disturb. Right, that's fine. Just turn on our quiet mode. By the way, you might be wondering what they are called. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my brothers, the Axcor Profile 400s. They're a bit different, but not too different. Actually, they're not lacking anything at all. They have everything you have seen so far, and in addition, They have been designed to give different shapes to the projected light beam. Are you curious to see what they do that's special? Here's their secret. Go for it, guys. Show. They can do all this thanks to a built-in framing system based on 4 independent moving blades. Smooth, precise, accurate movements, even quick ones if necessary. Actually, super quick. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I have revealed almost all of our secrets to you. But there is one last thing that you need to know. They taught me to be generous, to give all I can without asking for much in return. That's why I consume 0.5 kilowatts and do not need my lamp changed. I produce very little heat and can be very quiet. From now on, when you hear about a new Claypaky light, which is complete, compact, and highly affordable, know who I'm talking about. The Axcor 400.
So this was all about the Axcor family. And if you have any questions, then you're also welcome to let us know about the whole thing.
Yeah, if there are any questions, there's no problem. I'm here to help you. I'm receiving also some question in private chat. Let me reply. If we have dealer in Mumbai for this brand, I think is a question much more for Pankil, and he reply that there's high tech that this is the distributor for the India, and
Yeah.
if there are any question.
Yeah. I think one of the customers also said that is it China-made product?
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Is assembled in China, but is let me say designed in Italy. We make the software, we make everything. It's just assembled in China, and of course, the warranty and the customer service is managed in Italy directly from Claypaky. And let me see if there are any question. Okay. Also about other product, if you have question generally about Claypaky.
Yeah, you are most welcome to ask anything if you have any question, any related to any product and anything regarding Claypaky or anything, then you're most welcome to ask that here in this forum as well.
just to help you, because I know there are some let me say incomprehension about the what is assembled in China and what is made completely in Italy. In the Axcor family, all the 600 and 900 are designed and assembled in Italy. And there are other products like the 300 and 400 designed in Italy and just assembled in China, just to give you the correct idea.
Yeah, yeah. If we have no more questions, then maybe we can end up here.
Yeah.
Okay, then thank you very much to all the attendees who attended this session, and please leave the feedback. You have my email, my phone number on the screen. You have Gaurav's email and phone number on the screen. You can leave your feedback or ask any questions. If you have not now, maybe later, then you can directly give a call to us, and we are just call away.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you so much. We will see you in the next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And also we'll be conducting the next webinar on 600s and 900s, the extension of this product family, tomorrow at the same time. Thank you very much, and do attend that also.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.